I'm not saying it's not possible for men and women to be platonic friends. I think in marriage, it's definitely possible. And to be in community, it's unavoidable to be in community when you're in community with the opposite sex and being strictly platonic. But it just depends on the situation. Is this a person that I used to be with, or is this somebody that I'm having an inappropriate relationship with? Like there's levels to it. And I do think it's possible for there to be platonic friendship between men and women. But I just think you really got to examine every situation accordingly. So
Yes, completely plutonic. All right. That's the first thing. I like how you put that, Jimmy. It has to be plutonic. All right. Because a lot of times, like Will said, you in there sending text messages. Hey, I'm telling you, those are doors that you trying to open that you need to close, brother. Because if you walk through that door, I'm telling you now, it can take you down the wrong road. All right. Where you can even lose your marriage because we know how men are sometimes. All right. We sending little
yeah,
text messages. We liking our pictures. We doing these little sneaky things, without our wife knowing, and that can lead to something else. All right. So it has to be completely platonic. All right. I don't have a problem
yeah,
with my wife having a friend as long as I'm a friend with him too. If we hang out, just like Kevin, they coming down here in a couple weeks. Hey, we hanging out with Kevin and Raven. All right. This is a package that we
and I
just not
just
hanging out with Kevin. It's Kevin and Raven. All right. That's how we do things. All right. It's never gonna be Mike and not Kania. All right. And it ain't gonna be Kania and not Mike. All right. We both going together. All right.
I just
We
want to
are.
put I want to put the ladies on game too. I want to put the ladies on game too because sometimes there are men out here who will play the long game and be your friend long enough
Hello.
for you to confide in him. And he's
Come on,
the
bro.
whole time he's got different intentions. So this is for the ladies. Like, be aware that some of these guys do have ulterior motives.
Oh yeah.
And it's just because, biologically speaking, men are wired different, and I hope like this is a message that I'm saying not just to women, but I'm speaking it specifically to my daughters as well. That you have to examine every situation and make sure that the people are there to help you and to actually be your friend. So
Amen. That's good.
Some too.
So
Go ahead.
good,
Like
bro.
Will said, everybody know in his community that he around that he's married. If you a man out here and you don't lead with that, and everybody that you come across your path don't know that you're married, you're foul, you're bogus.
Bro.
Simple as that. Ain't no other way to put it. It should never be a doubt. Like, oh, I didn't know you was married, bro. If somebody ever came and was like, I didn't know you was married, I feel so sick. Like I'm leading with I'm married, my wife is everything. How do you never ever bring up your spouse?
Yeah.
Big
And
facts,
social
bro.
You
media. That's
bogus.
social
facts,
media. That social
facts.
media can tell you a lot.
You bogus.
I see a man on there, he don't have his kids, he don't have his wife in no pictures.
Like
That's
what?
telling me something right there, man. Like,
Yeah,
That's
that set
such a
me
come
good
on,
apart.
bro.
point.
I
Are you
can't. I can't even be involved with a man who don't. I can't be your friend
yes.
if
Come
I
on, bro.
know your kids and your family and your wife ain't your first priority. I
Right.
Come
can't
on,
rock
bro.
with you.
You don't
I
want to
can't,
display your wife. You don't want to put your wife out there so people can see it.
man.
That's showing.
I
That's
can't
telling
rock
me
with
some
you.
things that maybe he don't want people to know that he has a wife. And
That's
that might
real.
not be the case, but that's what it leads to a lot of times when
Yeah.
guys do things like that, especially on social
Mm,
media.
Jesus.
Man, we got to
yes.
do better, man. You put your wife on the pedestal, man. Praise your wife. That's your wife, all right?
Yes. That's your wife.
Treat her like
God
the
blessed
prize
you and
that she
gave
is.
you her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to do, man. That's why I always put my wife. I put my wife on the pedestal.